Girl sits on George's face, right? George's face, crunch. Okay. Now George's face looks just like the human George we know. George, slightly disoriented, slides himself out to say to girl, You weren't kidding. I love Robert Burns as a fire to girl in soliloquy, but to see her was to love her, love but her, and love her forever. A la F. Scott Fitzgerald to camera. I love her, and that's the beginning of everything. Courageously to girl. I am the posterior of your pranks. Valiantly to himself and everyone in earshot. I am the question of my destiny. Slides back under, shouts to Berlin. Weak, shouts to girl. Crazy ardor, muffled, covering for himself. I've got you right where I want you. Camera shows a beautiful close-up of girl's smiling face, which shows up upon the universe, starry, celestial. She recites a poem stanza to echo the beginning of the movie and finish the prologue of the film. The mood is so high-toned, profound, divine. Girl, cue music, celestialities, and orgasmic clouds. Love is our divinity, the dreams are our infinity. Love is our eternity, dreams become our certainty. We are love's immortal ones that kiss the stars, moons, and suns. Okay, now, George from under the round curves of Berling's. Okay. Okay, this is still celestial George. So George from under the round curves of girl's posterior, calmly and matter-of-factly spits out a star from girl's dress like a patient, dedicated lover. George, endearingly, but dooey. Exterior universe divine, from the beautiful incandescent trail of the celestial star George has spit out, we see, out of subconscious into superconscious. So we're still with girl and her, her thought process as she's figuring out the world and the universe and love. Out of subconscious into superconscious. The rose. With both hands, girl tosses the rose up into the air, and it becomes its most divine and wondrous self. Johnny scratches his face for a moment, trying to remember where the new heaven is before remembering. Johnny, ah yes, behind the veil, in the sea of the universe, the magnificent, magical, mesmerizing mystery. Heaven on earth, are you ready? New heaven, whispering, ready, potent, perfect. Tom, how do you remember where things are? Johnny, holding up his finger, a string tied on it. String theory. Universe, plays beautiful overture. Pachelbel Canon in D major, London Symphony Orchestra version. Girl, arise and fulfill your destiny. Woody holds a starry sign that reads, needed, person to start a revolution. As all rise, the apostle angels become starry outlines, playing grand music with the universe. The vibrating strings, percussion, and air of the instruments resonates with the magic of the universe and the beauty of the music. As all rise, Johnny unravels the string from which his finger... As all rise, Johnny unravels the string from his finger, which becomes a thread in girl's dress, which as she twirls, laughing, unravels an infinitum, unraveling and unraveling, revealing all the hidden wonders of the glorious universe. She kisses Johnny as she twirls. George is apoplectic with jealousy now at Johnny. As Johnny continues unraveling. Laughter dances in infinity with... Oh boy, I could call boy. Okay, let's start again. Arise and fulfill your death. Girl says, Arise and fulfill your destiny. Woody holds a starry sign that reads, Needed person to start a revolution. As all rise, the apostle angels become starry outlines, playing grand music with the universe. The vibrating strings, percussion, and air of the instruments resonate with the magic of the universe and the beauty of the music. As all rise, Johnny unravels a string from his finger, which becomes a thread in girl's dress, which as she twirls, laughing, unravels in infinitum, unraveling and unraveling, revealing all the hidden wonders of the glorious universe. She kisses Johnny as she twirls. George is apoplectic with jealousy now at Johnny. As Johnny continues unraveling, boy dances in infinity with girl, her dress unraveling as she dances. The rose spins beauteously in the sky above, spinning out stars and flowers and love and wonders. She kisses boy as she twirls. George is insane with jealousy until girl, naked, twirls into George's arms, and around dancing they go into the beauteous night, poetry in motion to meet the rising dawn. She kisses George as she twirls. George is insane with jealousy until girl, naked, twirls into George's arms, and around dancing they go into the beauteous night, poetry in motion to meet the rising dawn. She kisses George as she twirls. It is a wedding of their own, a most romantic love version of Pachelbel's Canon in D major playing. A most celestial wedding. It is a song of unconditional love, universal love, true love, lasting love, fantastic, enchanting, inconceivably beautiful, all entrancing and mesmerizing femininity. Girl dances alternately with both George and boy. Lover and Johnny. Her hair sailing around her nubile form, her head laid back alluringly, her laughter weaving through the universe. It is girl as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. It is God as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. This is the celestial at its ultimate divinity. This is the celestial at its ultimate divinity divinity at its most divine. It is God as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. This is the celestial at its ultimate, divinity at its most divine, truth at its most true, love as its own power. It is girl as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. This celestial at its ultimate, divinity at its most divine, truth at its most true, love as its own power. Girl, in confidence, her voice soars throughout the universe. This is God as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. This is the celestial at its ultimate, divinity at its most divine, truth at its most true, love as its own power. I am that I am. Voiceover. This is God as herself, at her most natural, her heart open and free. This is me as myself, at my most natural, my heart open and free. This is the celestial at its ultimate, divinity at its most divine, truth at its most true, love as